Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is James, and in this video, let's talk about The Walking Dead and all things zombie. Today we're tackling a burning question, pun intended. What happens if you try to burn a pile of zombies? Are they easier or harder to burn than a normal body? Let's find out. Don't set fires to zombies if they're attacking you, if you can help it. But it's like what you hear in all the TV shows and movies. Hey, take the bodies out back and burn them. And also, I'll probably throw it at the end too, a disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. This isn't intended for anyone to do in real life. And I'm just saying, you could watch like Breaking Bad if you haven't seen that, and maybe find easier ways to get rid of the body and hide the evidence. I'm just saying, no, I'm not saying watch it for that. It's a great show. Just watch it because it's a great show. I'm just saying. But, disclaimer. First, let's talk about the composition of bodies, human bodies. Whether alive, freshly dead, or zombified, contain a lot of water. In fact, about 60% of the human body is water. The high moisture content makes it inherently difficult to burn. So how does this apply to zombies? Freshly killed zombies, much like recently deceased human bodies, would still have a high moisture content. This means they wouldn't burn easily on their own. You need a significant amount of fuel like gasoline or other flammable materials to get a fire hot enough to incinerate them. Now, the state of decomposition plays a big role too. As bodies decompose, they lose moisture and produce flammable gases like methane. So, more decomposed bodies might be slightly easier to burn compared to fresh ones. Of course, the Walking Dead zombies, they seem to kind of stay fresh for a while, like all the way toward the end of rotting completely down. But remember, the decomposition process varies widely and can still leave a lot of moisture in the bodies. And we can't forget about the environmental factors. Rain or high humidity can make it difficult to start and maintain a fire. Wind can either help by spreading the flames or hinder by blowing out the fire. In any case, setting a pile of zombies, could be 5 or 6 or more. That's a lot of zombies. Setting them on fire without enough fuel in ideal conditions, throw that in, would likely result in only partial burning, and very partial in a lot of cases. But what about normal human bodies? Are they easier or harder to burn than zombie bodies? In theory, a normal human body would be just as hard to burn as a freshly dead zombie because of the similar moisture content. A well-decomposed human body, like a zombie that's been around for a while, might be easier to burn due to reduced moisture and, maybe his arm fell off, you don't have as much to burn, and increased flammable gases. And I don't even know if that's a thing with zombies in The Walking Dead. And if you have a community, if this is a survival series, or a homestead or a little shack or whatever it may be, and you're doing this kind of close to that, you got to consider practicality, safety. Doing all that can be real dangerous, especially if you say, hey, James said to calculate the fuel and you blow yourself up or something. It could be dangerous. The noise, smoke might attract more zombies, so you need to do it farther away from camp. And as you burn them, you don't know what you're breathing, so don't just stand next to the pile and go, yeah, we killed them some bitches, didn't we? Get away from the smoke. Okay, while burning zombies is a common trope in zombie fiction, in the real world it would require careful planning, ample fuel, consideration of safety and environmental factors, all to be effective. So let's get into how much gas, say gasoline, would you need to burn a zombie? And we're just talking one zombie here at this point. This is for educational purposes only, remember. And it should be treated as such, theoretical. But to estimate the amount of gasoline required to burn a zombie corpse, we only need to look at the requirements. For an example, cremating a human body, as the composition and mass would be similar. Okay, you guys know I'm not a big one on math, but this one's not so bad. The average human body weighs about 154 pounds or 70 kilograms. The energy required for cremation, well, it typically requires about what we call around Nashville a shit ton of BTU. What's the energy content of gasoline? And this, as far as the survival notes, something you could write down in your little pad. Gasoline has an energy content of about 114,000 BTU per gallon. Total energy needed, 1,300,000 BTU. Energy per gallon of gasoline, 114,000 BTU. All we gotta do is divide, man. So you do that whizzy wazzy, you get 11.4 gallons. So, in summary, to completely burn a zombie corpse, you would need approximately 11.4 gallons of gasoline. This is theoretical estimate based on the energy required for cremation and the energy content of gasoline. In practice, various factors such as the state of decomposition, environmental conditions, the efficiency of the burning process could affect the actual amount needed. So I say, 15, 20. And that's just one zombie. So let's say you have 5 or 6. You have to multiply each one per, as far as an average, times that 11.4, or let's say 15. That ends up to be a whole lot of gasoline. You could throw sticks and other things on there, make a brush pile per se, garbage pile of wood, and that's extra fuel that maybe could help, help the heat and keep it hot and that kind of thing. But you also got to think, well, if you're burning a pile of zombies, you could probably use that gasoline for better purposes. So what you got to do is, like Uncle Bob got bit, Uncle Bob died, Uncle Bob came back, we stabbed him in the head. Well, bury him or something. You got to do something different. Don't go down the burning road. It's just not economical. This information is provided strictly for educational purposes within the context of discussing zombie fiction and should not be applied in real life. So that's it for this one. You guys let me know what you think about it, of course, down in the comments below, and I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.